talked about it. And, I realized growing up, I never talked about it, and only with my closest friends. And then they would be guarding me, like, just making sure I'm okay all the time. And I realized, but I can't be the only one.
Yeah.
I can't be the only one that has sickle cell, or at least, somebody with the trait, or somebody that knows somebody in their family. And that's when I decided I wanted to be more involved. I just didn't know how. And that didn't happen till way later. Didn't happen till about 12 years ago. So 11, 12 years ago is when I finally was able to delve in and really get in with just helping people. A lot of people just need help. A lot of people are not able to work, they can work, but not sustain the job.
Due to sickle cell.
Due to the sickle cell. And with that 3-month probation, we can get sick anytime.
Yeah.
It can happen anytime. And, we pray that it doesn't happen within those first 3 months of our first job kind of thing. So it's like, we have to watch out for that. And then the main thing that sets off a crisis is stress. And so then you're stressed out because you're hoping at work, from all the hours you're working at work, it's not going to affect you, and you're not going to end up in hospital. And then you have to tell your workplace, and then they're going to tell you, oh, you're not a great fit, stuff like that. They'll find a way
to let you go.
They'll find a way. So then that's why we encourage people to be their own boss. Be their own boss.
And that's a good segue, because as I talked about being an entrepreneur. I know during this time of COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs, but at the same time too, a lot of people start doing online hustling or online ventures. Some people did stocks, some people did real estate. People are getting into the digital bank pretty much. So how did you enter, or if you have or have not entered the matrix, or like to call it the matrix, to sustain your COVID pandemic lifestyle? I hate the word lifestyle, but it is what it is, like.
Well, you know what? I really don't even know what happened, but all I know is that I just started thinking about those that are on disability. I was thinking about how you're listening to the updates every day, every morning. You're there on the radio or watching it on TV, the updates every morning. And then I'm waiting to hear them say something about people on disability, or people with a disability, or people, not able to work full or part-time. And so I realized, I did reach out to the politicians in my area, and I asked them, what are they going to do about disability? And those on disability. And the answer I got was, here's a list of food banks. So I was like, okay, thank you for the list. But what's happening with, because the government somehow figured out that in order for you guys, for all of us to sustain a decent living throughout COVID, let's give everybody $2,000. Well, okay, that's for those who are working. That was their income. They might not even get that much. But that's what they're getting. What is those on the disability, on ODSP, OW, CPP? What are they getting? Nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
Nothing. And what we get from those agencies is half of what somebody on, say, long-term disability would get. It's half of what they would be getting as a part of their salary. So how do they expect people to at least function? So I realized, there had to be some kind of disability awareness. And that's how I started thinking about my t-shirts. I came up with I Am a Walking Miracle because I used to have a walkathon team called We Believe in Miracles. And so I said, let me just try and come up with something for a t-shirt. Instead of We Believe in Miracles, that would be specific to just the walkathon team. So I said, let me come up with a more generic title. And that's, I don't know, I Am a Walking Miracle came up. I'm pretty sure it was with the help of my daughter.
Yeah.
And then I just used three different types of hashtags: sickle cell warrior, sickle cell matters, and living warrior. And living warrior is more for people who has gone through an event in their life where they feel that they are a walking miracle.
Yeah.
So it's for anybody else as well. It's not just sickle cell.
Okay. Okay. I probably need to get one for myself.
Oh,
In black and I think black and green. I like that color scheme.
oh, the aquamarine.
I guess so. I guess so.
The aquamarine. Yes, yes,
I
you
like that one. I
do.
like that one. That was nice. That was nice. I can't lie. That was nice. So with that being said, right, with all the ups and downs dealing with sickle cell, how is it being dealt with in the healthcare division? Like when you go to the emergency or go to your doctors, how is it being taken care of? Are they giving you extra care, or they're treating you like you're like a parasite? Because like you said, you're there almost twice, maybe three times a month, right? Like, are they giving you the special care, or aren't they not?
Well, what is interesting is that the government has recognized the fact that recognized what we've been saying for for a very long time, which is we felt that we were not being treated properly. We're not being treated like all the other patients that come in pain, come into the ER with pain. We feel like we're not treated like a human being. We feel like we're treated like we're drug addicts because of the amount of pain medication that we need. The amount of opioids that some of us need is quite high. But they have to remember that we've been taking all these type of medications from when we were young. So to us, the high medications, the high dosages, there's really nothing.
Like candy.
Basically. And most of the time, we just want something to just hit the pain and stop the pain. Reduce it and get rid of it. That's all we want. We do not want to live with the pain. We don't want to have it every day. There's times when we try to manage it at home, so it'll go on for days, and we're trying to manage it. I don't usually do that. I usually, like, if a crisis really comes on, I already know I'm going to have to go to the hospital. The type of crisis that comes on. And then if I let it continue after maybe 2 or 3 doses of me trying to manage it from home, I already know I have to go to the hospital. That's the last place most of us want to go. We don't want to go to the hospital. We don't want to take these massive amounts of medication. We just want to live a normal life. Just without medication, without having to be careful and always thinking about what we can and what we cannot do.
Damn. So the way I'm looking at it deals with pain and blood flow and oxygen. My 2 recommendations, or I think that will help you out, and I think you're already doing it, will be medical marijuana and physiotherapy. Do the doctors recommend those 2?
No. No. Well, they always ask you for exercising. I'm like, yeah, but I need motivation to exercise. I need somebody there with me doing the same thing. Something like
workout buddy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There was one point in time I was doing that, no problem. And then after that, I was going by myself. I don't know. I just need the motivation. But I did, during COVID, I did start moving, walking, exercise, stuff like that. So the next thing I want is a bike. That's what I want. I want a bike so I could just go bike riding. But I think just me trying to keep myself mobile is my goal. So I am able to walk when I get older, on my own, like by myself, stuff like that. Like I want to be able to move around and do things
like a regular
person,
regular smuggler person, right?
Yes, a regular person. It'd be great.
Growing up must have been like awkward. Like your friends are going out to parties, you not really going out to parties.
Oh no, don't get it twisted. I was at parties.
Oh, okay, all right.
I
So
was at those parties.
so how about like drinking and stuff? Like you don't really.
Not supposed to drink, but I was drinking.
Oh, okay. Well, not to. Well, I don't want to say regular people, but not to people that don't have sickle cell extent. Like you were still partying and you're drinking, but to your limit.
Oh yes.
Not like going overboard. Like
No,
another
no, no,
person.
no,
Okay,
no, no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. No, I still would just be cautious. Like I'd have one or two drinks and that's it,
And that's it.
kind of thing. Because most of the time I was always on medication. So I didn't want any adverse effects, especially around my friends, especially, wherever we were and stuff like that. No, I didn't want to do all that.
You didn't want the attention.
No,
Yeah.
no, absolutely not. I don't want the attention. I don't want to give it to my girlfriends because then next minute they'll be like, no, you can't go out. You shouldn't go anywhere.
Wow.
Nah.
So sports was kind of a no-no for you.
Nah. I mean, okay, see, I compromised with track and field. So I couldn't do the strenuous stuff like, long distance and, 4x4 and all that thing. I couldn't do all that. I couldn't do all that stuff. But what I did would be like running long jump, standing long jump, high jump, the easier things. No, because I realized I couldn't really do that type of sport in grade school. I did the long distance run and I collapsed at the end. And that's when I realized I can't do stuff like that because I couldn't even breathe. It was scary. It was absolutely scary.
Since you're American, do you see
only by paper.
do you see a difference between our healthcare between states and Canada?
Well, I left the States when I was really young.
Okay.
Went to Jamaica first, then came up here. So I'm not too sure how the healthcare system was back then. I do understand that they don't have free healthcare like